The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the assumptions, views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host and guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. In addition, all copyrighted material is used without permission and will be removed with notification from the rightful owners or their agent. So there.
You found the Taxi Stand Hour.
Over.
On Radio TFI.
Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428, on Twitter at Taxi Stand Hour. From a payphone, call collect.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Morning, everybody. Welcome aboard on this Sunday, November 27th of 2022. You are listening to the Taxi Stand Hour on Radio TFI and on the Radio TFI streaming network from the SchlechtMeLaugh.com studio in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm John Shannon. Over there in the Radio TFI Executive Tower in Queens, New York, it is the one and only Ed Van Ness. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, kids and kittens. We trust you've had a fine and turkey-tastic week. I trust everything went well for you this past week. You had a good dinner. You watched the parade. You watched some football. Football. We'll be talking about some football today. We got lots of football to talk about in hour number 2. Bill Fancher is behind the scenes here, just waiting, chomping at the bit, if you will. Chomping at the turkey leg, if you will. Wants to talk about his big turkey day. Mr. Shannon, how are you today?
Well, I've gotten into this real bad habit of late of getting up and not getting out of bed until about quarter after the previous hour, quarter after 8 my time.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I realized that there's about a half a dozen things I haven't done yet to get ready for this thing this morning.
Well, that's going to happen.
I get to the studio here. It's about 8:30, and I've already got Bill looking in the window here. Trying, hey, where's Johnny?
Where is everybody?
So, yeah, exactly.
We need to find Bill a hobby if he's there first. We need to find Bill a hobby.
He was definitely there waiting. He's kind of like the puppy dog there, kind of looking in. You know, you guys know I'm here. You know, can I come in?
Well,
so
he'll be with us shortly. All right, John, we've lost you completely. You're doing your, as you like to say, your Stevie Wonder thing.
You know, we'll trudge through it here. But over the last 3 weeks, I've had some internet issues. I've got a cable that on the system hooked up to my internet router that isn't good, so I have to replace that. And
all right, do me a favor, just pull your mic a couple inches closer to your mouth. In the meantime, to inspire you, let's start the holiday weekend shebang off with your favorite segment. It's the Radio TFI Market Watch, brought to you by Leftovers. Huh? Oh, there it is. Uber closed the week at $28.50, down 46 cents. Lyft closed the week at $11.14, down 7 cents. Meanwhile, Tesla closed the week at 182.86, up $2.67. That's the Radio TFI Market Watch, brought to you by Technical Difficulties. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to welcome from the one, the only. Go ahead, John. Bring them in.
Well, you were doing a great job. I just waiting for you to finish there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
once again.
Oh, I thought I was going to finish.
Go ahead.
Rehearsal. Bill Fancher, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everybody. And after last week's tirade, I have since seen my doctor. And today, I'm on Xanax. So don't harsh my mellow, man.
No, man, no, we wouldn't do that. It scares me. Maybe I should show up for rehearsal. Maybe I should get here a little early.
Could happen, man.
I take it edibles aren't available in Texas yet, huh?
Oh, they ain't gonna put me on Adderall. I'll be chasing Barb around the house, and I don't want to do that.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
What makes you think she'd let you catch her?
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be a good thing. Hell, I can't chase anybody right now anyway. So what good's that gonna do me?
Well,
so there you have it.
There you have it. There you go. We're rocking and rolling here, kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Last Sunday in November.
So I wanted to start out here with something. Normally when I'm not being lazy and getting up and doing things the way I normally like to do them, I get up, I check a little bit of the news and whatnot to see what's going on. Did we miss anything from, Saturday sometime or whatever? And normally, not really. Saturdays are usually kind of a ho-hum day. And then the week that I don't do this, Saturday night, we have a week ago Saturday night, we have the shooting in Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
5 people killed in an LGBTQ nightclub. And once again, we are back having the discussion about whether we need it actually brings up 2 discussions. One, do we need to be having these assault style weapons available and readily available? It seems like, geez, you can buy you can buy an AR-15 easier than Bill can get ibuprofen, apparently. But
I'm just going to let that go.
Please do. But no, nonetheless, it's still becoming incredibly too easy to get these weapons. And if that's not enough, then you have the bottom line of the fact that the uptick in violence and hatred shown towards the LGBT community, I think it's on the uprise. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it just seems like there's just a lot more hate going on when it comes to this, whether it's rhetoric, whether it's actual violence. If it's getting to the point where it's getting worse, and you'd have thought that, without Trump having his mega microphone and stuff like that, but other people seem to have picked up the slack where he's left off, I guess. And
well, it's been pretty obvious since since the great orange goo came down the escalator. Still surprised it didn't muck up the gears on that. But I mean, they've all been allowed to come out and let their, let their freak flag fly, so to speak. And you don't have to hide your hatred anymore. But as far as the thing in Colorado Springs, who, by the way, identifies as something, I don't know, binary, or I don't know,
Non-binary.
non-binary. But you know what the good news?
Yeah, non-binary.
But the good news that we found out, thank God, he wasn't gay, and that was from his father.
Yeah.
Oh,
star. You.
And I know we have that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play it.
We actually have that here. So.
There's a shooting involving multiple people,
right?
And then later on going to find it's a gay bar.
Yeah, right. And
I was like, oh my God, is he gay? As a scared, oh my God, shit, is he gay? And he's not gay, so it's
well, you guys had conversations about that. You were.
Oh yeah, I was adamant.
Told him, yeah, you were adamant that gay is bad.
I'm a Mormon. I'm a conservative Republican, and we don't do gay. We don't do gay.
Yeah.
I can't get answers from the attorneys really, but they're saying that some of these, it's involving a gay bar or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the heck you did if you have a gay bar. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he's accused of going on a mass shooting at a gay bar and killing 5 people.
Colorado.
Okay, well, that's shit. If he's accused of doing that, I'm glad he's not gay. I say that, but I'm glad he's not gay.
Well, as long as he's not gay, I mean that. Now, tell me what you think of it. When I saw that clip the first time on the news, I, honest to God, thought it was Bill Murray doing a bit. That's what it reminded me of.
Exactly.
I thought it was. And of course, I found out quickly enough it was real. And by the way, I just want to point out once again that sparkling piece of humanity there was a porn star. I promise you, he's done gay for pay.
No
because
doubt.
at one point he stopped being in demand, and he had to pay the bills. I promise you, he's done gay for pay. Which again, you do you. But that's the line that's we could have used a couple of weeks ago. I'm a conservative, I'm a Republican, I'm a Mormon. We don't do gay. There's a big closet out there somewhere that begs to differ.
Oh, I'm glad you qualified that. I thought he said he was a moron.
No. Well, I think he
probably is anyway.
Yeah. And it just, I mean, it sounds like he's high on meth or something. I don't know, or he's trying to do a bad Popeye impression.
He's on a serious bad downer of some kind. I don't know what the hell it is.
But
stupid
this is
stupid does.
This is the prevalent attitude. These are the people going in and shooting places up. We don't do gay. I promise you, your son does gay. Okay. Look, I'm no psychiatrist, psychologist, or therapist, or anything like that. I don't even know the guy's name. But I'm pretty confident he hates himself because he likes to think of man parts. Which in and of itself, hey, you do you, But he hates himself for it. And his fault, believe me, the old man, he has participated in Greco-Roman wrestling. Remember when they first began the Olympics back in the old days, and I mean the old days, they did them naked. So you had 2 men wrestling naked. What does that mean in modern day terms? It's a date.
Brings new meaning to what's called a pump handle slam, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. There's no real losers there. There's no
apparently
real
not.
But all kidding aside, I mean, let's keep in mind that sadly 5 people were killed, and I don't know the number of the injured. But Again,
It was up
there's
around,
no.
if I'm not mistaken.
You faded right out there, John.
I said I think it's right around 30, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. We've just got this. People just feel empowered to go out and do what they're gonna. What are we up to? Like 600 mass shootings this year in this country?
603.
Thank you, Bill. And you could combine the rest of the planet, and it doesn't come close to that. Hell, we've had more in Virginia in the past month than probably any country has had all year, to be quite honest. It doesn't take. Look, we had all those years where we had the assault ban on. We didn't, the numbers were plummeted. As long as we have guns loose on the street, you're always going to have some knucklehead going to go in and shoot up a joint, and some disgruntled employee thinks the way to resolve his issues with management is to shoot up the people he worked with. And I grant you, I've had some real nitwit bosses over the years. I've worked for some real jerks. Would I want to shoot them? I don't know. Maybe graze them in the leg, a little flesh wound, across the shoulder. Maybe. But blow their head off, no. That's
No.
It's not that there's not a small part of me that wouldn't want to. You son of a bitch, you, and just rat-tat-tat-tat.
But you're worried about dropping the soap in the shower, so you don't want to do that.
I'm too pretty for prison.
Dear God.
I thought we had established that. I thought we all knew that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
hold on, John. If I commit a crime, something like that, I'm going to need one of you guys to go to jail for me. It's just like the goalie in hockey getting a penalty. Somebody's got to serve it for me.
Not gonna do it.
Nope.
Nope on the soap.
You're on your own, big boy.
Man,
so
to speak.
Mhm.
Back here to Colorado Springs again, and the shooter there. Of course, like a lot of these people that go up and shoot up schools or shoot up other establishments, our shooter here also claimed that he was bullied unmercifully online when he was a teenager.
Then get offline.
Yeah. Getting offline is a lot easier than getting off the streets because you got to go from school to home.
It's what George Carlin always said. You don't like something? Change the channel.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. I don't know. There could have been a few reasons why he was bullied so bad. To tell you the truth, when he claimed to be non-binary, look, I can't. I have no evidence. I know nothing more about this guy than anybody else does. But I honestly think it was an easy cop out for him to try to avoid the hate crime end of what he's facing as far as criminal penalties here.
Well, if you go running around telling people you're non-binary, you deserve to get your ass whooped. And I love the Army veteran took his ass out.
Well, the point of that is that I don't think he was any more non-binary than any of us, to tell you the truth. And I just think that he was just trying, he knew he was going to be in some deep shit when he.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
What took you so long?
I got my finger on it now.
You
And the
might
button,
want
too.
to.
Good for you.
By the way, I just investigated non-binary. It's basically people that don't.
They don't.
I'm neither gender. I'm both genders. I'm blah blah blah. Again,
It's because he couldn't get laid.
Yeah, that's basically everybody's problem when it comes right down to it. It's because you can't get laid.
He'll take it where he can get it.
Yeah, if he was getting laid on a regular basis, he'd be anyway.
Or if you started taking some of these, man.
Some of those, man. What really worries me is what's actually in that jar.
I'm not gonna say, man. It's peanut butter.
The peanut butter box is here.
So, John, we're like children over here.
Apparently.
I guess. Jeez. But you guys are brutal. I'm telling you, you guys are brutal.
Dave ain't here, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is an old Cheech and Chong reference, and if you've never heard that one, trust me, you want to hear it. We'll dig it up. Maybe we can play it. Dave's on the phone, man. Dave on the phone.
Okay.
I'm sorry, John. You had something to say.
Bet your ass you're sorry. But,
Ooh. Are we doing reverse show or just killing time now, and then we're going to do the...
I'm beginning to think so.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting to the point where just killing time is more structured.
Much more structured than this nonsense.
But this whole thing about being bullied again. Now look, I don't know about you two, but when I was especially in my through the junior high school years and whatnot, I was bullied unmercifully. Jesus, orphan child who had a killer zit problem, and the foster mom that I had dressed me in the best clothes she could buy from Goodwill. I mean, it was not a fun time in my life, but
I haven't seen you going out shooting up the place, so
Yeah, I'm more inclined to start shooting here now after about 20 minutes. But no, I just can't buy that excuse that I had a bad childhood. Listen, nobody had a picnic for a childhood. And I don't want to make my situation seem like it was worse than anybody else's or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is like I said, unless you were, had somebody, a doting mom and dad, and had, had everything you ever wanted as a child and what have you.
You were a little rough on the beaver last night.
Yeah, exactly.
The dirtiest words ever uttered on TV.
Yes, indeed. But
John, I know what you're saying here, and the thing is that, and this unfortunately goes back before the Great Pumpkin, but it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I had a bad upbringing. I had a bad this. I had a bad that. You know what? I hate to say it, but get over it.
I had a bad ham sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go shoot the postal worker. I mean, it's just accept personal responsibility and move on.
But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that when I can pass the blame along?
Exactly. When I pass the buck.
Not me. Oh, no. It's not my fault. And let's be clear here. We've all internally said those it's their fault, it's his fault, it's her fault. It couldn't internally, but it does not mean, look, there have been a day or two in my life where if there had been a clock tower available,
hey, you don't say that down here in Texas. No. That's a no.
Sorry about that. But there are days when you're just but you're the grown-up part of you, the fact that you understand that you really can't take it out on unsuspecting citizens who don't know you, and has nothing to do with you. I'm more understanding when somebody takes it out on somebody they know. Okay, you're going to the source, but to open up. Look, I've had bad days where I've snapped at strangers I don't know, and I'm just mad at the world all day long. We've all had it. You all can deny it as much as you want. But there have been days when you've taken out some of your bad crap on people who were just asking you, would you like fries with that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
we've all done it. I don't just mean the Three Stooges sitting in this box. I mean all of you out there. We've all had our bad days, and okay, I'm getting older. I moved on. I got more behind me than I do in front of me, and I mean that in a number of ways. But I've made a concerted effort over the past, and especially since I got out of my old industry, where I had so much pressure and stress on me, and just everybody was ticking me off. I don't have those issues anymore. Okay, I paid my price. I paid my dues. And it's interesting because a lot of the people I work with will say, and believe it or not, you guys will not believe this. They're very nice. They're very complimentary. Oh, Ed, you're the nicest guy. You're so sweet and kind, and you don't. Because there's no reason for me to take anything out on these folks. Why not be nice to them? Again, I am where I am because it's where I am.
Okay, Popeye.
I've gone through all that nonsense, and I managed not to kill anybody. Not without, again, give me a slingshot and unlimited supply of rocks. There was I'm not offending you now, am I, Bill, with a slingshot, or is the Cain and Abel thing too much for you? Anyway. He said slingshot. That hurts. That offends my delicate sensibilities. Let's grow up, people. Okay? Being an adult is highly overrated. We all think it's
damn sure.
So cool when we're kids, until you become an adult and you realize, you know what? Having a bedtime wasn't all that big of a...
so damn cool.
If that was the price I had to pay for getting my meals cooked for me, my laundry done, and a roof over my head, and it said, you know what? Maybe childhood wasn't so bad after all. Some notable exceptions aside, put down your whatever you got there, John. But I mean, being an adult, there's more. You spend more time being a grown-up than you do being a kid.
Absolutely.
Ain't one of us appreciate that fact that wait a minute, you remember your first day of a real job? What, I got to come back tomorrow too?
You're expecting me to do something
every day?
Yeah.
Oh man, come on now. We're all at a point in our life now where it's hard to believe that when you got your first real-time job, big-time job or something like that, you're thinking 40 years. I'll never. And now that 40 years is come and gone. It's come and gone. And you're like, holy smokes. Oh, hey, John's still here.
So let's yeah, sometimes I wonder.
Yeah, we do.
Sorry, dog.
So here's the other side of this coin when it comes to the Colorado shooting, and this one really ticks me off even more because you got these people. I'm just going to play this, and I'll let you guys shake your heads accordingly.
Satan doesn't care which lie you buy into. He just cares that you don't buy into the truth of Christianity. And that's why you see in any other lifestyle, besides Christian truth that's affirmed, it's accepted, it's lauded as heroic to the left and to the people who hate the truth. And anything else besides living as a Christian and testifying to the truth is accepted in culture. And that should tell us something, because the Bible also says that we need to fear God, and that we need to fear him who can ultimately have the life or death over the soul, instead of anyone who can kill the body. And so while it was so despicable and horrendous what happened in Colorado Springs, what has happened in churches, what happens at grocery stores, I mean, no matter the context of murdering a human being, that is tragic. But even more tragic than untimely death is that the 5 people who were killed in the nightclub that night, there is no evidence at all that they were Christians. And so assuming that they had not accepted the truth of the gospel of Christ and affirmed Jesus Christ as the Lord of their life, they are now reaping the consequences of having eternal damnation. And that is far, far greater. And we should be having that conversation instead of just the tragedy of what happened to the body. We need to be talking about what happened to the soul, and the fact that they are now in eternal separation from our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And that conversation is what should happen. And that is what people should fear genuinely, not what anyone can do to the body, but ultimately what happens to us in eternity.
I got news for you, honey. There's a couple of billion Muslims.
Satan doesn't care which.
There's a couple of billion.
Sorry about that.
That might disagree. That I saw that video during the week, and it just made my blood boil. As if somebody, I mean, the idea that such a minority of people, which Christians are, okay, they don't represent any kind of majority anywhere.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. And besides that, a good Christian accepts people for who they are, and not, well, you need to be like me. No, I don't.
I got two words for that lady.
Be careful.
Douche bag.
Well, there you go. We the judges have decided they're going to allow that one. They're going to allow that one, but just because you're you
are fined 1 for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
Just for the hell of it.
Just for the hell of it, yeah. That is probably one of the well, Jenna Ellis, she was one of those quote unquote attorneys that was there with Rudy and the rest of them trying to pull off.
Oh, was she? Well, that pretty much explains everything.
Oh yeah. Look at me. I'm such a good Christian. I will be the first one there with a shovel to bury you because you're mildly different than I am.
And isn't it, if you have to espouse the fact that you're a Christian, that sows doubt deeply?
Yeah. I mean, I don't need one of the things that used to drive me batty. Down in Lauderdale, I lived just a block or so away from a huge church. Big, beautiful church. I mean, the building was fantastic. And of course, every Sunday, the good Christians would just as soon kill you than, let you get through the street. They'd park on your lawn and all that. These are good, fine. Jesus said, you know what? Jesus may be the answer, but what's the question?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. If it wasn't bad enough that we lost these 5 people, the most tragic thing is that we don't, they didn't accept Christ in their life.
Yeah. I remember being, go ahead. I'm sorry, John.
That's the most tragic thing. It's that they haven't found Jesus. And let me go one step further with that. How do you know?
That's what I was going to say.
There were 5 people. We do not know anything about them other than the fact that they were present? There was, one of them was a bartender in the club. How do you know that? Hey, the man was. How do you know that the bartender was just doing a job?
Because they were in a gay bar, and that unto itself qualifies you as being a dirty person.
Now, I used to have a neighbor, and I've spoken about him before. He found Jesus after he got caught with cocaine.
That would do it.
Truth. Their little boy at the time. Oh, I love this kid. He was about a year old, crawling around. There was laundry on the floor, and he went in the pants pocket, and he ignored it. But there was a little baggie of Coke. So the wife put the foot down. Anyway, he found religion, decided to express it to the neighborhood. He desperately tried to convert me on numerous occasions, which I found hilarious. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the guy. I thought he was great. He took care of a problem, but he traded one addiction for another, as my ex
true.
Yep. But the thing he would say to me, Ed, you only got to, as long as you accept Jesus into your heart, even a second before you die, you'll be accepted into, the eternal. I said, so in other words, I can be a piece of crap my entire life. And that's the loophole. Then I whip out my I'm a good guy card. Yeah, God, I believe. What do you got? I'm there with you, buddy. Look, if that's what gets you through the day, fine. But don't come after people, especially people who lives have been cut short tragically. And you're well, they're gonna burn in hell. Maybe not, but I'm sure they'll be the one shoveling coal on your effing fire when you get there.
Boy, ain't no doubt about that.
Because if there is a supreme being, and good Lord, I hope not, because I'm in deep trouble. But I would love to see him line up all these good Christians. Get on the heavenly bus. We're going for a road trip.
Yes, we are.
Drop them off at Damnation Station. See ya. I think God uses that phrase, by the way. See ya.
Probably, to some regards.
No, I think he uses exactly that one.
It's people like Jenna Ellis and a few others that I was never, except for possibly childhood, I was never really into religion or into, when I was a little kid, when I was a real little kid. I mean, I read the Bible and stuff like that. And I've been to more different denominations and churches than I care to talk about. But it's people like this that have pushed me further and further and further away.
Because you want to talk about your hate. There's your hate right there.
Boy, you ain't never lied there. That's a pot of water just simmering.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's your hate. Okay. Somebody's different from you. Somebody prefers. Look, I hate chocolate. It doesn't mean, actually, truly, I hate Chinese food.
Well, you need to go to hell.
Well,
that's it.
There's like 3 of us on the planet that don't like Chinese food, and I think the other 2 are Chinese, but to them it's just food. Anyway, but I don't hold it against you because you like it. I mean, heck, the gang of folks, the group of folks that we used to pal around with years ago, we'd go out to dinner all the time, and every now and again, they would put their foot down and say, "Well, Ed, we're all going to Chinese. We eating Chinese tonight," because I didn't eat Chinese, And so those nights I would meet them later on, or I would have a steak or something. Oh, you go to Chinatown, New York, and order a steak on the road, even though it's on the menu. Oh, I had the waiter we had one night. He just everything everything was to me. He hated the fact that I wasn't ordering the traditional stuff. At the end of the night, he put the check down to me because, you know, he says, "You don't want to try this?" I said, "No, I'll have the steak. I'll have an egg roll. I like egg rolls, but that's about it. Egg roll is pretty much where I draw the line." And he wasn't having it with me at all. They went to a beautiful Chinese restaurant in San Francisco, and they have, I mean, great. I'm talking real linen, real. Yeah, I'll have the meatloaf.
It's because the profit margin is so much higher on noodles.
But again, I don't hate people for liking something I don't like. It's not for me, you know. So
I just go, how do you like that? Okay.
Most religious zealots are hypocrites.
Duh.
Okay? Well, some people need to hear it, John. And
excuse me.
There's no excuse for you. But yeah, I mean, and it's frustrating. And look, when you're a kid, you do what you're told. You know, dad says this is the way it is, and you believe him because you have no other frame of reference. You believe everything mommy and daddy tell you. And all the grown-ups around you, you believe everything the grown-ups tell you. You know, that's how we get indoctrinated early. You start teaching, and this is how. Well. Hello, Steve. How the heck are you today? Just
thanks for joining us there, Steve.
Howdy. So anyway, speaking of on the road lowlifes, I'm just messing with you. But we I mean, that's how we learn language and all that. You start young and you don't even think about it because you're being taught it from an early age. That's how we learn about hate and religion and all that stuff. Even though we know or we don't want to believe what we were taught as kids, it's still in there. It's still in there that there's a white man and a long white beard with with loose fitting clothing at the top of the world. Wait a minute, am I talking about God or Santa Claus? See, they kind of blend at some point, but you've still got that in your head, regardless of what you now know to be true or what don't you threaten me with a good time. Our pal Steve says, watch it, Ed, or I'll jump on. Don't you dare. We love having you here, pal. We love having you here. But, so it's all right. I'm going to step back and give somebody else a chance to pontificate.
Well, the perfect example
Thanks,
of this
Bill, that's funny.
Thank you. So we look at the little kids when they're out in the playground playing. They don't give a rat's ass.
Nope, not one.
And then suddenly daddy comes home, comes to pick them up or whatever and goes, "Oh, what are you doing messing with that person? What are you doing talking to that person?
Right.
So you're taught all that stuff.
Exactly.
It's not in you. You taught it.
It's just Sammy and Bobby and Susie.
Exactly.
It's not, and it drives me batty when somebody will say, "Oh yeah, go see the blackguard." Why does it have to be the blackguard? Why can't it be the tall guard? Why can't it be the the short guy? I really don't appreciate that. And I understand it's you can look at it as just another identifier, but I know that's not where it's coming from. I know it's coming from.
It's the first thing that sticks out.
Yes.
The first thing that sticks out in there, about that individual.
Right.
And that's another story for another time when it comes to that type of thing.
Is it now? Maybe we'd like it to be a story for this time.
Why can't it be by the guard's name, Steve says? And you're absolutely
another point. Well,
exactly. Go see Bob.
Or Bob, But this is the situation where I walk up and how do I access the building? Go over and see the guard over there. Which guard? The black guard. Why does it have to be the black guard? I don't know the guy's name. You can tell me his name is Bob, but I don't know who Bob is. Okay. Say the guy sitting down. Say the guy closest to me. Say the guy standing up. Say the guy wearing the blue hat, not the green hat.
There you go. The guy in the uniform. Go see him.
Right. So that's my point. Don't start with me, Steve. We love you to pieces.
We need all the help we can get, Steve. Thanks.
Don't.
Well,
anyway.
the number is still 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428. That's the number if you want to join in here, and hell, we'll have a foursome.
The number is there. The number is there. The question is, does John know how to answer the phone?
I could be problematic.
It's waiting. It's been here waiting.
Well, anyway.
Absolutely.
What else we got going on today? Well, we got a couple of minutes here before we move on to I know Bill is just chomping at the bit for hour 2. I just know it because he is just beside himself.
Right over here.
Right over there. Yeah, I get it.
So, okay. You kind of surprised me with something here. Now, Ed isn't the social media butterfly that I am. But I noticed that Ed looked into a new, or at least newer, I had never heard of it to this point in time, a social media site called Post. So
before you get too deep into that, no. Go ahead.
Well, I would just go ahead. You were going to say what made you?
I'm on the wait list.
Look at.
They people have been sending out this link. People that I follow. So I went on the wait list, and again, they provide you this link, and you can just. So I just put it onto Twitter. Just why not? I haven't seen the site yet. I haven't been approved yet. I haven't whatever. There's a wait list. And I really don't know anything about it. I'm not ready to leave Twitter. But I'm just exploring possibilities. Why? I actually like it.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
It's like, why don't I leave you guys? I'm kind of used to you guys.
That's a good question.
I got feelers out.
How do you now?
I do, actually.
So have you checked? Have you checked lately?
Bill, I can shut this down anytime I like.
Yeah, what the hell?
I just checked last night. There's no check in the wait list that I could see, but and I haven't been able to see anything.
All you got to do is go back to if you signed up. All you have to do is go back and click join the wait list, and you'll see where you are. I've gained all kinds of ground. I'm actually down to 1185 now on the list. Yeah, and supposedly if you refer people, they will you get to take a shortcut in the line.
So like it's a Ponzi scheme.
Ain't no money spent. No.
Yeah. Okay. Not yet.
And there won't be.
Sounds like Amway.
I mean, Twitter's got a couple things going. That's something we should talk about. Twitter's got a couple things going that we're right now. You have something called Twitter Blue that I use. It's a couple. Well, there's a couple things that are nice about it. That one, if you can go in and you can, look, I just told Ed to go F himself. Oh, I really didn't mean that. I was just mad. If I got 30 seconds, I can pull that tweet back, and you can go in and actually edit your tweets.
I don't know. You can always delete it.
But it's already out there, isn't it?
It's already out there, but you can actually pull it back before it actually gets seen. Yeah, like 30 seconds to do that. But I think
you should have just shut the hell up and not done it in the first place.
Well, thought before you said it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. One of my problems has been, and Ed will definitely attest to this, is I'm not very good at proofreading my tweets.
Not very good at it?
So
not very good at it. It's not existent in your world.
So one of the nice things is that I can actually what am I trying to say? I can actually go in and edit a tweet, which you couldn't do before. So those are a couple things, but now he's talking about the eternal blue check. If you want to pay $8.95, I think it is, or something to that effect. Now you can have that sought after blue check next to your name.
By the way,
that motivates me.
This just in. I'm number 2126 on post for the wait list.
How did I pass you, I wonder? Because you were at it a day before I was.
I think we need to check this vetting process.
What vetting process?
Exactly.
I don't need no stinking vetting process. I don't want a vetting process. I don't know what I want. Oh, I want my back to stop hurting.
You want some more Advil?
That's what I want. Actually, I didn't even go. Well, we're talking out of school here because there's no context. Yeah. I actually went for the Walgreens brand.
Just as good by law, has to be.
Only cheaper.
The only thing that's different. The only thing that's different about generics, and I don't know if people know, the fillers. The same active ingredients that are in ibuprofen are in the generics. The fillers, the coating, that's the only thing that's different.
Copy that. When I asked the pharmacist yesterday, I said, "What's the difference?" She said, "The price."
Exactly.
You
buy a can of Budweiser, it's going to cost you $3.95. You buy the can that says beer on it, you're paying $1.95.
Right. By the way, just as a quick fill in here, I wrenched my back the other day. I sat and I suffered with it. I'm not supposed to take ibuprofen. Yesterday, I went out and I bought some ibuprofen. I feel fine. That's it. That's just summing that up. We had a long conversation pre-show that I hadn't planned on talking about here. But
it's a psychological effect. You're not supposed to take it. You took it. And so, hey, you feel better.
You're nuts.
They told you not to do it, but you did it. It's like the sign that says wet paint. You know you're going to touch it.
Of course you're going to touch it.
Well, the whole thing with the sign on the floor that says wet floor.
Wet floor.
I obliged. I wet the floor.
I wet the floor.
Hey!
It's like you're driving along and it says draw bridge ahead. Well, if I had paper and pencil.
If I had paper, there you go.
I would draw the bridge ahead.
That will.
Well, I see the one that says bump ahead, and I'll smack my wife.
My favorite.
Good night.
My favorite is emergency pull off. Well, okay. I will, but it's going to slow traffic down.
You get to the Slauson cutoff, you get out and cut off your Slauson.
Slauson, of course. You have no option at that point. Joe, what other serious topics do we have here? What's
did we have serious topics? I lost track.
Man. Starting to harsh my mellow, man.
Oh. So, well, here you go. Let's end the hour with a a little fun here. Kari Lake is still whining about the whole thing with she's taken the election now. She's taken it to court. So here's Kari Lake just doing some whining. If this is nothing more than just to waste a little time.
To remedy this assault on our democracy. This isn't about Republicans or Democrats. This is about our sacred right to vote, a right that many voters were sadly deprived of on November 8th. Tens of thousands of you have reached out, pleading with me to fight this fight. Rest assured I will, because if we give up now, we will no longer have a country. Attorneys are working diligently to gather information. Whistleblowers are coming forward, and the curtain is being lifted. Whether done accidentally or intentionally, it is clear that this election was a debacle that destroyed any trust in our elections. Arizonans who choose to make their voice heard on Election Day should not be disenfranchised or punished for choosing to vote in person. Yet they were. I want you to know, Arizona, I will continue fighting until we restore confidence and faith in our elections.
I'll bet money that was recorded 2 days before Election Day.
I wouldn't be surprised. Or the day she announced.
Well, she had already said, I'm going to... She did the Trump thing. If I win, it's legit. If I don't, it's...
And isn't it amazing how it's always the Republicans that say the election is BS if they lose?
Yeah.
I haven't heard any Democrats fighting their loss.
No. And, of course, the one thing she will not have on her side, proof.
No.
Because
they have it. They always have it, but they'll never show it to you.
Nope. Because, I don't know, Mike Lindell, however it was he managed to make $1 gazillion, well, he's pissing it all away now. I don't know what he thinks he's going to reap out of this. Because, he's so blinded. He doesn't realize, look, he's got all the notoriety he's ever going to want. Because it's not like Trump's going to repay the favor. Trump has
pay for anything.
But he's got a long history of dumping people.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump looks at people like Kleenex tissues. You're right there where I need you. You're strong and all this. Oh, I've used you now. See ya.
Mm-hmm.
But first off, I want to know how are the people who voted on Election Day, how are they somehow disenfranchised?
Exactly.
The law, the Arizona law, allows for remote voting, for vote by mail, for vote by early voting. It's in the law. It's in the law. You don't like the law, change the law.
But you have to get elected first.
Yeah, exactly. But in 2022, it is still legal to vote by mail, to vote early. It is still legal to do so. How in the hell did that condition? I'm just ignoring that. How are the people that voted this on Election Day disenfranchised?
They're not.
I like voting on Election Day, to tell you the truth.
I don't know, pissing people off.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I mean,
while we still have a couple seconds, the big thing that's getting under their gong is the fact that what they're harping on right now is there was a machine that was malfunctioning that had nothing to do with actual voting or even actual counting of votes. So,
and they corrected it.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, folks. Well, that's it for hour number 1. We'll be back with Just Killing Time in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to the Taxi Stand Hour on Radio TFI.
Yes, dear. Yes, I'm I'm listening. Oh, I heard every word you said, honey. Yes. Yes, dear. Oh, I agree. You're right. Yeah, you're always right, baby. Yes, dear.
You found Just Killing Time with John and Ed.
I am Frau Blucher.
On Radio TFI. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT. 754-800-2428. If you are watching live, the comment section is open. From a payphone, call collect.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
I don't know, Jimbo. It sounds crazy to me.
I think we can pull it off. I mean, a lot of people have never been to Hawaii, and we'll just take the winner of the promotion out to a lake near Nashville, and we'll find a beach, and we could throw a luau for him, you know? I mean,
but Jimbo's, we got no dough. We don't have a budget.
What can it cost? A couple plastic palm trees, some paper-mache pineapples, you know, a blue drink with an umbrella?
Clear Channel WJIM. We've got a caller on the line. Are you a contestant, sir?
Uh-huh.
What's your name and where are you from?
Bill from Milwaukee.
Okay, Bill from Milwaukee, you're trying to win the all-expense-paid vacation to Waikiki. If you can tell me the name of the song Wild Jimbos are best known for.
Got it. Hello? Uh-huh. Is it Let's Talk Dirty in Hawaiian?
That's it! You win, Bill!
Yes!
Next stop, Waikiki!
Well, I packed my bags and bought myself a ticket to the land of tall palm trees. Aloha, old Milwaukee. Hello, Waikiki. Well, just stepping down from the airplane, and I heard her say, wacka wacka nooka licka, wacka wacka nooka licka, would you like a lay? Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Whisper in my ear, Akika puka maka wakahini are the words I long to hear. Lay your coconut on my tiki. What the heck, mooka mooka dear? Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Say the words I long to hear. It's a ukulele Honolulu sunset. Just listen to the grass skirts sway. Drinking rum from the pineapple out in Honolulu Bay. Steel guitars are playing while she's talking with her hands. Gimme, gimme, okie dokie, make a wish you wanna poke. I hope she understands. Oh, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Whisper in my ear, Akika puka maka wakahini are the words I long to hear. Lay your coconut on my tiki. What the heck, looka looka dear? Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Say the words I long to hear. Well, I bought a lot of jungle with my moolah and sent it to the folks back home. I never had a chance to dance the hula. I guess I should have known. When you started talking to the sweet wahinis underneath the pebble light. Okanaka, what I said, and Nakaraka, Sispumbaka, hope I said it right. Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Whisper in my ear, Akika puka maka wakahini are the words I long to say the words I long to hear. Oh, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Say the words I long to hear.
Peanut butter box is here.
I swear to God, I'm going to reach in and rip that cart right off of your. Oh, good Lord! Well, where's he going?
I don't know. Continue on, John.
Hey, welcome back. You are listening to Just Killing Time on Radio TFI. And on the Radio TFI streaming network, once again from the ShallottaMakesMeLaugh.com studio in St. Paul, Minnesota, I'm John Shannon. Next to me from the Radio TFI Executive Tower in Queens, New York, it is the one and only Ed Van Ness. Once again, good morning, sir.
Good morning, kids and kittens. Welcome aboard. I'm happy to have you. Trust you had a wonderful turkey day. Blah, 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 blah. Football's coming up. Birthday's coming up. What else is coming up? One Hit Wonder's coming up. And we'll see if there's any mystery left in that segment. Also joining us all the way from
South Park, Colorado.
South Park, I was trying to think of the name. I couldn't think of the name. South Park, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen,
stupid bastard!
You didn't give me a special guest host, Eric Cartman.
Hey! What's going on? I'm out.
That didn't take long.
No, it did not. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from
Ask Johnny. He remembers who this guy was. He was the head of security. Security!
And that, my friends, I remember that badge.
Yes, you do.
Because I had to even wear one.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I think actually you had some kind of dealings with designing it.
Well, what can I say?
You guys about done?
I think so.
What do you mean? We're just killing time here. If we're done, we're done. If we're not, we're not.
I understand, but A, it doesn't involve me. B, I don't get the gist of most of it. C, I find it boring.
Good for you.
Bill, we don't eat on the air.
We don't. John does.
You don't.
Peanut butter box is here.
Sorry, I had to finish my last piece of peanut butter.
Of course you did. Well.
I think, Bill, I think you and I should just sit and eat peanut butter the entire just for
show.
How's that work out for you?
There you go. It's the Ed Van Ness Show. Brought to you by Ed Van Ness.
Oh, we've done that before.
He's tried that before.
Uncle Ed's Primetime Jamboree. And, I thought I had an interesting thing going there, but the idea of I can produce a show just fine, but being on the air by myself is just not for me. I need somebody to bounce stuff off, and you guys are the bounciest things I know.
I knew that was coming.
See what I did there? See what I did?
Oh, you're so freaking anyway.
I am freaking anyway. I'm
she's got a point there.
John, what do you think?
All right, what do you say? Let's do some birthdays, huh?
Let's do some birthdays.
Yeah, why not?
All right, here we go. So, hey, today, Robin Givens turns 58 years old.
She survived being married to Mike Tyson. By the way, we don't get a chance to appreciate them very much, but how about a small round of applause for the Radio TFI Orchestra? Brings in all these musical segments every.
Yay, give them a clap.
Golf clap. Give them the clap.
Give him the golf clap. Anyway, Robin Givens. She survived being married to Mike Tyson just for that alone.
All right. Tomorrow, Barry Gordy turns 93 years old.
Wow. And for those of you not familiar with Barry Gordy, he is the man behind Motown.
You got it. Ed Harris, 72.
And Ed Harris has appeared in so many things. Half of you out there don't even know him by his name, but I promise you, you have seen him in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, John.
Absolutely. Baseball pitcher Dave Righetti turns 64 years old tomorrow.
Wow. Rags is 64.
Spaghetti Righetti.
Exactly. We have to move on to Thursday, where Bette Midler turns 77 years old.
Really?
No, she did not. She's another Forever 21. By the way, do you know how she got one of her starts?
Oh, yeah.
Early on in her career. Do you know this story, Bill?
I don't.
I do. She was singing in bathhouses. I believe it was in San Francisco.
And who was her piano player?
I believe it was Jackson Browne.
No, it was Barry Manilow.
Was it Barry Manilow? Okay.
Barry Manilow, yeah.
But she did for a while. She had the Eagles as her backup. They were actually doing backup for her, yeah.
I believe that. I believe that. The quintessential entertainer, as far as she is. She sings, she dances, she does comedy. She does dancing in wheelchairs. Back when,
All right, so on Friday, Monica Seles turns 49. Britney Spears turns 41.
She's forever 16.
Yeah, there you go.
So many people, when she first hit the scene, there was my good friend Harry. Oh my God, he just drooled over, and I had to keep reminding him. She's like 16. You can't. Granted, I know how they presented her, and oops, I did it again.
Put her in a greenhouse and let her grow.
Yeah, attaboy. I like that. I like that.
All right, then finally not finally, but also on Friday, Aaron Rodgers turns 39 years old.
Yeah, Aaron, go away.
I'm going to give it to him, but just barely.
Thank you.
All right, and then on Saturday,
is this
Ozzy Osbourne? No, they got a couple here for Saturday.
We'll
see.
Ozzy Osbourne turns 74.
That's all?
That's all.
I thought I'm 108 by now.
Easily. I never watched. I didn't watch a whole lot of those the Osbournes, those shows, but the one I did see, and it just slayed me. They're sitting around. It's Ozzy's birthday or something, and he opens a present, and it's a hairbrush or some kind of. Or some girly thing. But I remember him looking at it and going, but I'm the Prince of Darkness.
I tell you.
It struck me. It just gets me. I'm the Prince of... He's sitting there with this, whatever it was, hairbrush or something.
Princess brush?
Curling iron or something very benign. But I'm the Prince of effing Darkness.
He was doing, and it's kind of funny because he was doing the theme song or whatever for this year's Survivor Series on WWE,
Ozzy was.
Ozzy was, yes. Now that what by that I'm saying that his music was featured in it, and so they're showing his album cover, and my God, I couldn't believe. I mean, they must have caked about 5 pounds of makeup on him because suddenly he's looking like he's in his 40s. For Christ's sake,
Sharon.
My God. Oh, by the way, also this next Saturday, Julianne Moore will turn 62 years old.
No,
Clarice.
And that's it. That's it. That's all.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
All right.
Well. What is it? What is it we're doing next, kids?
Football picks.
Bill, you seem to be so excited about football.
I certainly am.
Oh my God, I've never seen him. Well, no, I've never seen him this excited, fortunately.
Oh, this is there's no way this can go well today. There's absolutely no way. Oh, he's got, for those of you listening on the audio, Bill's giving me the bring it on.
Bring it, big boy.
Need we remind him? Well, I'll wait.
It's time for John and Ed versus the Spread, your weekly foray into the exciting world of pigskin prognostication. Each week, John just inches Shannon. Bill, I don't know which way to kick the ball. Fancher, Gerald, the computer wears tennis shoes, and I will each choose professional football games and select winners using the point spread. At the end of the season, the winner will claim possession of the Radio TFI Gilchrist ceremonial sippy cup. Extra points can be earned by going forward with 2 or 3 point conversions, if you have the nerve. Ladies and gentlemen, kids and kittens, it's John and Ed versus the Spread. Whoa. Here we are. We're actually going to do a double recap. We're going to start with last Sunday's games. And then we may or may not get into the Thanksgiving games. I just want
you would, wouldn't you?
I just want to freak out. So last Sunday's games, John managed to eke out a point with the Cleveland Buffalo game held in Detroit. That he went for 2 with Dallas, Minnesota, and he pooped the bet on that one. Bill
Fancher,
well, that didn't work out very well.
Bill Fancher. Oh, by the way, we all picked Detroit and the Giants, and we all lost on it.
Yeah,
he didn't pick it. Bill Fancher, other than those two, he won. He picked up 2 big points. I picked up 2 big points last week. I went with the thank God the Patriots just barely squeaked by. Anyway, so now we also had games on Thursday. Thanksgiving.
Why, yes, we did, didn't we?
Boy, he is just. Would you like to do the segment, Bill?
Oh, no, you go ahead. You're doing such a fine job, Ed.
Oh, we seem to have lost the card for Thanksgiving.
Well, I can remind you.
So here we are. So on Thursday.
Oh, look at that! A perfect Thursday! Oh, who'd have thunk it? Me.
Oh my God.
So anyway,
it was bad. You thought I was bad.
Yeah. So anyway, on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, John and I both we had the same picks right down the line. We both took Detroit and won. We both took the Vikings and won. We both took Dallas and got shellacked.
I don't know about shellacked.
No, we lost. Meanwhile, Gerald was the mirror opposite of us. He won with the Giants-Dallas game and lost on the other 2 games. And of course, heaven forbid that we should pass up on this one because we would not want. And finally, Mr. Fancher. went 3 for 3.
What was that? I did not hear that. Could you please repeat that, Ed?
Bill
It's
Fancher.
the fucking apocalypse.
Oh yeah, you got one on that, John.
I think he's okay with that. I think he wants enough right now to. Anyway,
Wow.
So Bill Fancher went 3 for 3, picked all the games correctly. How many ways would you like me to say it, Bill?
Just once more.
Once more. Bill Fancher had a perfect score on Thursday. So let's check the scoreboard with the last two sets. John Shannon leads the pack with 26 points. I am breathing down his neck with 25 points. Bill Fancher is kind of looking at the tail end of my feet with 19 points. And
I'm clawing.
And Gerald is within striking distance of Bill at 14 points. And remember, Gerald is a spreadsheet. So, what do you say we start? John, let's start with your picks for today. These are today's picks.
Let me first just point out that even though he did go 3 for 3, he's only still 5 points ahead of Gerald.
A spreadsheet, yes.
Still don't mean nothing. 1 point ahead, and I'm still ahead.
By the way, just for last week, I went 11 and 3.
Damn.
But you weren't perfect.
I could have picked 3 games to be perfect on. Enjoy it, Bill. Just enjoy it. Level in it. Because you're gonna pay for it.
Now I gotta pay for it.
All right, John. Let's hear your picks for.
Karma is an evil bitch, Mr. Fancher. It's all.
Yes, she is.
And she owes me. She owes me money. So.
Hell, I'm married to her.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
hey now, hey.
Is she here? Oh, okay.
John Shannon, your picks for today, please.
All right, here we go. It looks like I'm going to Tampa. Tampa is visiting. Yeah, exactly. Visiting Cleveland. I feel sorry for Tom Brady because this is one of the few times he'll have to play in cold weather. You realize that's why he moved to Tampa. He looked at the schedule and said, I like this. I don't have to freeze my ass off.
Can't say as I blame him. Moving on.
Yeah. Anyways, Tampa is a 3.5 point favorite. I'm going to take Tampa giving up 3.5. Seattle visiting the Raiders, hosting the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Seattle's 3.5 point favorites. I damn near went for 2 on this one, but I'm going to take Seattle. Giving up 3.5. The Chargers go down to Arizona, where they are a 3-point favorite going against the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Chargers, giving up 3.
All right, there's John's picks for today. Mr. Perfecto. Let's see what you got going on today there, young man.
All right, throw it up on the board.
It's up on the board.
There we go.
It's up to you to read it.
Okay. Since you turned me around, actually, I'm taking Packers in Philadelphia. I'm taking the Eagles by 6.5. I think Aaron Rodgers might be seeing his last start of the year.
It's his birthday.
Yeah, so he might be seeing his last start of the year. Atlanta at Washington. I'm taking the Commanders -4.
Okay.
And of course, the Bears and the Jets. The Bears and the Jets. I'm going with the Jets -6 because they play our Vikings next week.
Whoa. And that means
that I'd rather see them win than coming in off a loss.
Okay.
So there you have the next 3 perfect picks.
You're going to pay for this so badly next week. You know that, right?
Probably.
You better hope for perfection today. You better hope for
you realize if it happens,
There'll be no living with you.
No, you damn right.
All right, let's move on to my picks now. And I'm looking to gain some traction here. I've also taken the Atlanta-Washington game, but I'm taking Atlanta +4. I don't think those Commanders can do anything. Denver visits Carolina. Denver was like a 1-point favorite, but I'm going to flip that around. I like Carolina. I'm giving up 6.5 points. I'm going for 2 on that one. And John, screw you in Tampa Bay. I'm taking Cleveland and getting 3.5 points. So it's you and me, buddy, on this one. That's you. Tell them. You tell them there, Bill.
Screw you!
There you go. And now the man we've all want to hear from.
Oh yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here's Gerald with his picks.
Good morning, gentlemen. I trust you all enjoyed your holiday. It was unfortunate that you all had to work on Thanksgiving, but it was a delight to see the three of you floating down Broadway during the parade.
Hey!
Congratulations on sweeping the day, Mr. Fancher. I guess holiday miracles are real after all. Now, on with today's picks. After a bye week and Thanksgiving dinner, the South Florida aquatic mammals should be sluggish this week. Sorry, Ed.
Hey.
Give me those Texans and 14 points. The Cleveland Browns played in Detroit and thought it was Turkey Day. At this point, they don't know if they are coming or going. Tampa Bay visits Cleveland and will pick at them like leftovers. Give me the Bucks. Take 13.5 points. And I'm going for 2. Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos head to Charlotte this week. Nothing could be finer than an upset in Carolina. The tryptophan has worn off. I go for 2 with the underdog Panthers, who give up 6.5 points. You and I may be tied at the end of the day, Mr. Fancher. I'm breathing down your neck, and I'm a spreadsheet. Enjoy the games. See you next week.
Thank you, Gerald.
He's taking a trip to where?
Tryptophan. Let's take a look at our picks overall.
Easy now, easy, boys.
John's taking Tampa Bay, giving up 3.5. Seattle giving up 3.5, and the LA Chargers giving up 3 points. Bill takes the Commanders, giving up 4 points. Likes his Jets, Jets, giving up 6 against the Bears. And this pick I like. I like the Philadelphia -6.5 over Green Bay. Meanwhile, I'm taking Atlanta and getting 4 points over those Commanders. Give me Carolina +6.5. I'm going for 2 on that one. Tampa Bay visits Cleveland. I think Cleveland's had quite enough of everybody right now. I like them +3.5 points. Finally, Gerald is picking on my Dolphins coming back after a bye week. He likes Houston getting 14 points over. Ooh. Am I sounding all correctly, kids?
Yes, you are.
All right, John, can you finish the points? I gotta reboot my sound.
Okay. So Gerald goes for Houston getting 14 points against the Dolphins. Going for Tampa Bay, going for 2 with Tampa Bay, 13.5 big points against Cleveland. And Carolina going to do against with Carolina going into hosting Denver. Staying at home.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm back, kids. There's a graphics error there on Gerald that should show the 2 points with Tampa Bay. He's going for 2 with Tampa, giving up 13.5 points.
Okay.
Anyway, so there you have it. That's it for this week. And if you're going to bet real money using our picks, John, what is it we always say?
Hey, just remember who's still on top of this heap. That's all I can say.
Go with my Thursday picks.
Thursday's over, Bill.
Yeah, I was going to say it's too late for that.
Thursday's over.
Did you notice there were a hell of a lot of big point spread games this weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, 13, 14. I mean, I thought, Wow, somebody's thinking something's going on out there, and I didn't want to touch on those games because I thought, here you go.
By the way, gents,
and look at it.
Prior to Thanksgiving, at the end of last week, week 11, for the season, I am 94-70. I have a 573 winning percentage on my overall.
Why aren't you gambling?
Because I have runs like I had early on where everything was split down the middle. That's why I don't put real money on it. Okay. And when you're gambling, you don't get things like the push, like the tie goes to the
No,
runner.
you don't get the push on that.
No, you do not. No, you do not. So anyway, so there's that. And, I don't know what else.
Oh, one more thing, Ed. Did you know that, since Atlanta started 6-0 against the spread, they've been terrible against it since.
Yeah, I know, but I think they're going to – this is Washington we're talking about.
Hey, Commander's been playing good ball, man.
They really have. Listen, before we move on, Ed happened to bring something to my attention via the Twitter that I thought that he'd enjoy seeing from Thanksgiving Day of, and Bill will probably enjoy this too, from Thanksgiving Day of 1993. So just give this a quick watch.
Wow, it's beautiful.
That's impressive.
Will it go in the win column to Dallas or Miami? Stoyanovich will decide it as he will try this field goal, which will be 40 yards. 40 yards. Doug Peterson to hold. Blocked. The Cowboys will win.
Wait a minute.
Will was in the end zone. No one covered it, and Miami did. That could be a touchdown if Miami has covered it.
A Dallas player touched the ball, and then the Dolphins went on and recovered it.
It's on the 1-yard line. It's not in the end zone. It's in the 1-yard line.
They're going to sort it out.
And there's 3 seconds left on the clock.
92, Tolbert gets his hand up in the air and knocks the ball. No, it's not 92, it's 97.
Jimmy Jones.
Now someone touches the football here. Watch what happens. It's Leon Lett. No!
Oh, Lett, who is haunted by a Super Bowl misplay, and the ball goes into the end zone. They say it was touched at the 1-yard line.
If we had instant replay, that's a touchdown. The momentum carried the ball in there, and Leon Lett. No.
Now, with 3 seconds left, Stoyanovich and Peterson are clearing a path. This is less than an extra point, and with 3 seconds left, Miami is that close to pulling this one out.
Not Leon Lett.
Legal in golf, but it is here.
The field goal was touched beyond the line by the receiving team. The kicking team then recovered the ball in the field of play and slid into the end zone. However, since the ball was still a kick, it's down when the kicking team recovered the ball. The kicking team gets awarded the ball at the spot in the field of play, first down.
And the Dolphins, as if they received an early holiday present, cheer on the sidelines. The Dolphins pull it out. 16-14. Game over.
Dumbass Leon Lett.
We went on for years referring.
No kidding.
The Dolphins coming to the frozen tundra
of Dallas.
Kick some cowboy ass.
Oh, I've never laughed so hard, man, all in my entire life. Leon Lett, the dumbass of the century.
Twice.
Twice.
Did it in the Super Bowl the year before.
You think you'd learn your lesson?
I can tell you exactly. I was getting ready to go to work. My wife was working, so I was going out that night to work, and it was the early game on Thanksgiving. So I'm dressed and I'm looking at this game. I go, "Oh, this is over. This is just, you know." And we got this one last chance. They blocked the kick. Oh, this is Leon. I think I came this close to doing an actual backflip that day. It was.
You say Leon let down here, and usually somebody will point a gun at you.
I cannot get past Leon. Let the ball go.
Leon, let it go. Let it go.
And if you don't recall what he did in the Super Bowl the year before against Buffalo, he recovered a fumble, and he bumbled and stumbled his way down about 40 yards. Oh, you know he was breathing hard. And one of the Bills' wide receivers, BB, caught up to him, and Leon's holding the ball out there in some sort of celebration, and BB comes behind him. Yeah, he was hot dogging him, and he smacked the ball out. I think they did score, but the ball was placed at like the 1 or the 2, and he had it. All he had to do was put that loaf of bread in. All he had to do, he had the ball out to his side. If he had tucked it in, there ain't no way BB was gonna because he would have had to climb on his back.
Do some research on that and be sure. I thought the ball went out of the end zone. It was a touchback, and Buffalo got the ball. I'm not 100% certain on that, but
you're talking about. Oh no. Well, be that as no. Dallas kept the ball.
Did they? I thought it went out of the end zone, and that's what the other reason that they gave him so much grief over it.
It doesn't matter if he had.
They were killing Buffalo anyway.
Yeah, if he had tucked the ball in, touchdown.
Oh, it's
he's a hero.
6.
He's a hero. So anyway, wow.
All right. There's a little bit of. I figured that would make both of you smile.
Well, that's it. That was a good one there, John.
I watched that clip a couple of times this week. I've seen that clip up.
I like watching the Randy Moss. I'm going to catch touchdowns all day long.
All right. Well, what do you say here? We go ahead and get into our fun for this.
All right, here comes the Radio TFI Orchestra.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present the Battle of the One-Hit Wonders. Here's your match official, John Shannon.
All right, well, here we go with this week's challenger from 1983. It is the Back in the Saddle Band, or Jump in the Saddle Band, excuse me.
When me and my friends go out in the town, we can't sit still, we can't sit down. We don't like to fight and we don't like to scuffle, but we dance all night doing the curly shuffle. Hey Mo, hey Mo, hey Mo, hey Mo. Well, yuck, 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 yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck.
And once again, from 1970, here is your returning champion. Where are all the stars? Couldn't you find any room for any more stars on this one?
No, this is just a recap. This is just the recap.
All right. Well, anyways, here from 1970, it's Norman Greenbaum.
When I die and the limits to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky. Going up to the spirit in the sky. It's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and the lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best.
All right, there it is. your champion Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. Well, here we go. The battle will rage on. The battle rages on, and now we have our results.
Oh boy.
Here we go. So here is your winner. And still champion with 78.4% of the vote.
I was surprised it was that low.
Spirit in the Sky, Norman Greenbaum.
Cannot listen to that song anymore.
When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the Styrian sky, going up to the Spirit in the sky. It's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and I lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, it's gonna recommend you to the Spirit in the sky. It's gonna recommend you to the Spirit in the sky. That's where you're gonna go when you die. When you die and you lay it to rest, you're gonna go to the place that's the best.
It's safe.
Go ahead, John. John's muted.
I wasn't expecting you to cut that short, or what?
We cut that a little short this week to get to the good stuff.
All right. Well, I just I wanted to be sure here. I wasn't expecting it to be.
No, you weren't.
But anyway,
before you go any further, before you go any further, John, I have to say this to Bill. Thank you for your rapt attention every time this song is played, Bill.
I'm sorry, was that a live mic there at the end? Sorry.
Good, John, bring it on. Who's well, give us the numbers. Give us the numbers, please. All right, well, here's the numbers. But I tell you, we've got some serious on the Facebook end here. We got some serious disinterest is all I can say about this. When Facebook agrees with Twitter, you know we've got some serious disinterest. But anyways, on Facebook, it was Spirit took 63%. On Twitter, yeah, 63%. You have to realize, though, again, there was some real people. Like I said, there was some serious disinterest.
Move on to the Twitter numbers.
As opposed to the Twitter numbers, where it was 83%. There was actually quite a few people interested in the on the Twitter side this time around. But yeah, 80%.
I have a theory.
Oh no,
Bill, I think people are now just voting to piss you off.
Oh no, you just now figuring that out.
I'm getting on board with that now. I think it is aimed strictly at you and you alone. Because they're enjoying your pain.
There's no doubt about it.
But I really thought Curly Shuffle was going to do a lot better. I just thought the nostalgia about it would.
Nostalgia.
Come on.
Well, this is.
Uh-oh. We have an interloper.
Security!
Security!
Yeah, exactly. I have my headphones on, so I didn't hear what she actually said, but I think it was something along the lines of, I think she tried to tell me, I think is what she...
No, nobody's as old as you.
Did you guys hear that?
Oh.
I are impressed.
Wait. Hold the phone a minute here. I'm sitting next to two people here that are, nobody as old as me. Shit, I'm still a puppy compared to these two guys.
Well, this puppy needs to be put to sleep.
For a violation of the verbal morality.
All right. So that aside, John, we will be sending maintenance out to change the locks on the studio.
Yes.
So
all right.
Before you go any further, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids and kittens, we're not going to be here on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. However, we will be here Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. We'll be here on the Saturdays coming up. But
yes, we will.
What I am prepared to do is if Spirit in the Sky remains unbeaten until Christmas Eve, we will retire it unbeaten.
You're going to have to retire me first.
That's a long way. That's 4 weeks.
I haven't got enough Xanax to last that long.
That just means you and I are going to have to step up our game.
It don't matter what I throw out there.
Well, I don't know. Today's a pretty good one.
We thought vehicle until you started talking about it being a pedophile song.
Well, it is when you stop and think about it.
You got to remember, it was recorded in the 70s, 1970s. They weren't talking about sneaking little girls into your car for nefarious reasons.
Oh, we weren't?
Well, we weren't.
You weren't. All right. All that being said, John, take us away.
All right. Well, here is the new challenger from 1972. This is a band known as T-Rex. Your challenger for this week.
stockings. You've been me a while now, yeah. When you feel like a car, you got a hubcap, diamond star halo. You're dirty, sweet, and you're my girl. Get it on, bang a gong, get it on. Get it on, bang a gong, get it on. Understand me. You're dirty, sweet, and you're my girl. Get it on, bang a gong, get it on. Get it on, bang a gong, get it on. Get it on, bang a gong, get it on. Take me there. I'm still thinking.
All right, there it is. T-Rex from 1972 with Smoke a Bomb. I mean, no. Bang a Gong. So all right, that's your new challenger here, folks. And let's put it this way: I just hope it does. Hope it does a lot better than Curly Shuffle. I am truly, truly, truly disappointed.
I will say once again, while I appreciate all the votes coming our way for Spirit in the Sky, the last few challengers I thought for sure would put up a better fight. I now agree with Bill. I think you're doing it just to piss him off.
If that's the case, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
But we will retire Mr. Greenbaum on Christmas Eve if he remains undefeated. And we'll begin the new year with two new challengers. Actually, New Year's Eve. And we'll begin the new year with two new challengers. But until then, vote early, vote often. And remember, Bill, you're on Twitter now. You can vote because, you never know. One vote could make the difference. Not in your case, but
not in my case. That's for damn certain.
Not when it's 83% to 17.
Yep, that was the Twitter numbers.
That was worse than any of mine so far. So I'll give them that.
It was. That was probably the worst ass kicking that's been.
That's right. That was yours, John. Yeah. That was severe. John, would you like to put in? Do you have evidence of cheating that you'd like to not show us?
No.
Would you like to get Mike Lindell on the phone?
Please don't. He'll try to sell you something.
I would like to get Mike Lindell in person.
Would you like to?
I would too.
I would like to get Mike Lindell in person.
Anyway, all right. So once again, thanks everybody for this. You have no idea how much fun this is for me watching these two guys. Sure. I'm going to pay for it. I will pay for it down the line. There is Absolutely no question.
You understand that.
This has been about as much fun as a colonoscopy.
Yeah, but remember, if you look at the graphics, how many stars do you see there, gentlemen? I'll save you the trouble. 10. There's 10 stars.
10-time winner.
What's the matter? You couldn't put 5 and 5 on each side? What's wrong there?
We honestly didn't expect it to go that far.
No,
when I was putting all that together, this is going to end any time now. And once again, thank you very much. So we got a few minutes here, and
hey, I forgot to bring this up in hour number 1. I don't know what inspired me to do this at like 12 o'clock, but I put out a poll asking of the 4 choices who was dumber. The choices were Boebert, Green, Palin, and Walker.
Well,
man,
I
that's a tough pick.
I looked at that poll, and I realized I couldn't vote because they're all that is your literal box of rocks. Truth be told, I don't know that Trailer Park Green has a slight edge. She's mildly, a little teeny weeny bit smarter than the other 3. In other words, she's the rock with the smooth edges that can roll downhill. That's
I think you can narrow it down to 2, Herschel and Palin. But
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But that's like, whoa, that's tough.
I know. It's like picking which finger do you want cut off. I mean, there's not one good choice.
What do you want, gonorrhea or syphilis?
Exactly. So, it's a Sophie's choice kind of thing.
Now, if Twitter would have allowed for 5 picks, Box of Rocks would have been the 5th choice.
Now, I don't
then you'd have gotten kicked off of on Twitter. So
no, actually, it's. I hate to say it, guys, but I have gone back to actually tagging. There for a while, I was a little afraid to tag some of these. In other words, mention it where they could see it in their feed as well. Yeah. But of late, I've been kind of reaching out and touching, if you will, and hey, no penalties, no warnings, no. Are you sure you want to do this? Nothing whatsoever.
I was working for New York Telephone when Reach Out and Touch Somebody was
an
advertising. I was working for New York Tel at the time. Hey man, you want to reach out and touch me?
So, anyways, Dave ain't here, man.
Dave, I gotta get that. I gotta put that up for next week.
Here are the results for that particular poll. By the way, you said that Palin might have been in the conversation. She did not garner a single vote.
That's because she's older than most of the people on Twitter. They don't remember how stupid that woman was. Well, is.
Thank you.
But anyways, Green had 11% of the vote. Bobo had 27% of the vote.
So
the overwhelming winner and champion with 61% of the vote. One and only Herschel Walker. And what do we throw out? Because I believe I heard the gong. Did I not?
We banged a gong.
We banged a gong. Let's get it on.
Gong. All right.
So let's get it
on.
on.
Thanks for joining us again this week. It's been fun as usual, even with these two guys. Hey. So we'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining us here. You were listening to the Taxi Stand Hour on Radio TFI.
I got nothing. I'm perfect. I got nothing. I'm perfect.
Always nice when I can throw him a curveball. The proceeding was just try that again.